Well, it's probably been maybe 10, 15 years ago when I met Marcell. I think we was at Curly's, and when he first started doing comedy, and I didn't know who he was. I thought he was a biker or something. He had on a Fonzie jacket and long goatee. I said, well, that's the Fonz. But he was just somebody that you don't forget, is what I'm trying to say. I'm definitely my condolences to the family. I met his wife, and we're losing a real good person. One thing I knew about Marcell, he was a good guy, and he just left a memory on you, and I just hope his family understand that, it's God's will, it's not our will, and may he rest in peace. That's very important,
Well, I met Marcell. We was at this, I was performing at this club on Liberty Road, and he was in the audience, and he always talked about he wanted to do comedy, and I just told him, hey man, just get up there and do it. Just get up there and do it. And I didn't know that he was just gonna go up there right after I told him go do it and go ask the guy to go up. And he went up, man, and hey, he did great, and I always appreciate that. He always told people that I helped get him started, and I always had that memory with him, man. We was gonna go through this show, I want to say in Virginia, and at the time I had no transportation, but Marcell did, and he come and picked me up in this van that looked like we was gonna go either work on the house or kidnap some kids. And we drove all the way to Virginia, 2.5 hours, man. Hammers, nails, drills going on in the back, but we rolling, man. And I always appreciate that. And he got us there, despite what, man. But that's one of many stories with Marcell. And to the family, I want to say we send all our hearts on behalf of all the comedians. He was our family. We love him. I can't believe we're making this tribute to him, but we love him, and we're going to miss him. And our prayers and thoughts to each and every last one of them.
Hey, this is comedian Howard G. Once again, I'm very sorry for the loss of Mr. Marcell. We used to call him Mr. Marcell, and there was a reason why, because he demanded that respect, the Mr. Marcell was a good dude, funny dude. Marcell did everything. I remember he told me he fixed brakes, he could do plumbing, cut your grass, he get me illegal stickers from a car. Marcell was your 1-2 stop shop man. I mean, he did everything, and he told jokes. So once again, my hats off to him, and we lost a great one, a funny dude. To Marcell, Mr. Marcell, we love you, bro. Peace. I believe I met him through you, Big Shorty, at a gig. He came out with you at a gig, and you introduced me to him, and then you let him get 5 minutes on stage, and he didn't do bad. I can tell it was his first time starting out. He didn't do bad. I remember one of his bits was when he had that big old cell phone he used to do with the old school cell phone. He used to come around, and he did a prop, he used the prop and everything. But yeah, I remember he was just starting out. This is like, woo, you talking like 8-10 years ago. When I remember one time he did a show. Matter of fact, I think it was here in Corinthians. I had him on a show here in Corinthians, and he was doing this bit, and I think some guy heckled him. And why he do that? Because he lit into him, boy. Marcell tore that man up, and his improv, a crack on the guy, was funnier than his bit. And so I said, Marcell, say goodnight after that. And then he looked at me, he said, yeah, goodnight. And he ran, he just left the stage. That was so funny. He got his hard last and left after he cracked on the guy real hard. But yeah, I never forget him. Never forget him. Yeah, once again, my condolences to the family. We missed a big one, a good one too. Mr. Marcell, I salute you, bro.
Oh man, well, I met him at the Comedy Factory. First time I seen him at the Comedy Factory, right? I met him. He was on stage, I was watching him do his thing, comedy, you know how we as comedians, we're like, man, who this cat is, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't really paying too much no mind on like that, you know what I mean? So that was my first time meeting him. And then the time I really paid notice to him is we was at another show up in Forest Park Senior Center, right? And he had his brown suede cowboy like outfit on. It was like brown suede with the big cowboy hat, these cowboy had the dungaree boots. I'm like, yeah, look at this dude. You just couldn't tell him he wasn't swag. Then had this little swag about himself, you know what I'm saying? All that. You know what I'm saying? And then, we just kind of connected and all that kind of stuff. And you know, do the smoking. We smoked the weed and all that kind of stuff, and then it's just like 2 numbers exchange, and then, you know, the type of dude he is, he just like a dude that's like kept being around, you know what I'm saying? Kept coming around, being around, you know, and it's like, damn, you know, this dude, he a good dude though. Like, you know, all right, I'm gonna keep calling him up. You know, he a good dude. Every time I call him, he, you know, come around, got the weed, and just, you know, I mean, it was like, I met him like that. Like, you know, it was the Comedy Factory where I met him at, but, you know, it just became, after the second time, I just kind of, you know, his personality was kind of like just a regular dude, like a real dude. So he was genuine in his character. So that's why I kind of like, you know, like we connected. I got many Marcell stories, Jack. First Marcell, like Red Feet, he was the Baltimore Red Fox for me, Jack. He's like the junk man, you know. He always had a whole lot of new stuff for him. It was new to him, but it wasn't new. You know what I'm saying? And he like, yo, I got a new truck, yo. And truck, like, yo, what you got? Well, I got 1989 something, like, like, boy, I just got a new car. Like, everything he got, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, like one time, you know, let me see, my Marcell story is, well, you know, we had a lot, man. From just doing the dressing up. We dressed up like 60s, 70s dudes, you know what I'm saying? He a resourceful dude too, you know what I mean? He like, you know, like, I can do my Marcell moment. I was my wedding reception, you know what I'm saying? He came out and just a regular dude to guest at my wedding reception. And you know, he was like my honorary best man, you know what I'm saying? He came out and helped out and grabbed and served and made sure me and my wife and him and his wife made sure me and my wife was good. They helped us out. They kept us. They did, you know, they did everything. That's really my real Marcell moment for real. Like, not out of comedy, not anything. Like, just out of real dude, just stepped in and been a real homeboy. I was like, you know, just a genuine dude, man. You know that. And I think the wedding reception thing was my real Marcell moment for real. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so, you know, like, I just like this to offer my condolences to the family, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I can't offer my condolences. I am a family. I feel like I am family. So I'm hurt just as much as everybody else hurt, man. So, you know, good brother, man. You know, if anything I can do to help the family as far as, you know, little Marcell, I'm here, man. You know, holler at me. You need to rap, talk, whatever. If I can do anything, man, I love you. Gone too soon, man. Good dude. Peace, man. Rest in heaven. Love you, homie.
I met Marcell through you, man, like in 2006, 7, something like that. Yeah, we started doing shows together back then.
Through who?
Yeah.
Met him through who?
Through Alabama, through my man Alabama. Yes, sir. I first met Marcell, like I said, in 2006 or 7 with you. I got him his first paid gig in Crystal City, Virginia, with Dave Tellis. You remember Dave Tellis? Yeah, man, $50. And he was proud of that, man. We was happy about that. That was New Year's Eve, like in, I want to say maybe 2008, 9, something like that. The same year Obama got elected. Yeah. After that show, Dave, you remember Dave Tellis, right, Bama? Me, Marcell, and Dave, we were smoking in the men's room. You know, it is what it is. And Dave's wife caught us, man. And we felt like teenagers in the bathroom, man. It was hysterical, man. She wasn't too happy about it. And, my deepest condolences especially go out to LaVonda and Marcell's son and the rest of his family. I never met anybody with such tenacity and everything that he did, the way he worked, the way that he did his comedy, the way that he made you feel good. I called him one day just to talk for like 10 minutes, a 10-minute phone call. I was on the phone with him for almost 2 hours. And he spilled his heart out to me about everything. And I just want to say to the family that I'm going to miss that brother. He meant something to me. May he rest in peace. Thank you very much.
I met Keith. I really can't put a time on because I suffer from short-term memory loss, but That was one of the things that got him. He loved him. He found out I was a veteran, and we started to talk. And then we would share stories, and he told me so many personal things. I'm not gonna put that on here because that was personal. He would call me at 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I picked up my phone every time.
Anything you want to say to his family?
Sorry for your loss. I lost a son. He was 9. So I know how that is. And God bless. God bless.
Hey, I just want to say rest in heaven to my man Marcell. You're going to be missed. To your family. I've lost people myself, parents. But y'all gotta keep moving on in his memory. He's a good dude, real cool. You're gonna be missed. Rest in heaven, Marcell. 100.
Take 2, take 1. What's going on?
How did you meet Marcell?
Met Marcell, we was back in the days, I guess gotta be 10 years now, selling tickets for the Ricky Shackelford Howard G show. We all complaining, but we selling them tickets for stage time. Gotta love it. Me and Marcell will always meet up, you know what I'm saying, at mics, and we became friends. It's weird because in the comedy game, how you just run in certain mics, and you run into certain mics, and you start to learn their family, you know. Met his wife, we would go to the Comedy Factory back on Light Street, beg Alabama for time, you know. We sitting there talking a bunch of shit about Alabama not getting us up. So, you know, it was all love. It was all love. Well, you know, a funny story about Marcell I think I had is Marcell was more than just a comedian friend to me. He actually would come to my house and do my maintenance on my house. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had their hustle. I remember Marcell came to my house one time and he was looking at the dishwasher for a solid 45 minutes just to come back and say, yo, it's broke. It's like, yo, dude, I didn't knew that. But I like to say to his family, man, I really feel y'all lost. It really hit me. And for his wife and his son, definitely keep y'all in my prayers. You know what I'm saying? You got somebody looking up above at you. Real good dude. He blessed a lot of people, making them laugh, and also was just a real good soul.
How me and Marcell met on the parking lot. We met on the parking lot, 2 real niggas bumping heads, coming together as one. And before he passed away, me and him had a conversation about his queen, that they split up. And we fell out because of that conversation we had of his queen, his ex-wife. And I said, no, we need to get this back together. But we never got it back together because we 2 stubborn bull niggas, and we never got it back together. And I felt some type of way because that's my man. You know what I'm saying? But one thing about, he loved his family, he loved the brotherhood up here, his biker club, and he loved his comedian brothers. And I respect, that's one I respected, but it hit hard to me because like, dang, he passed away, right? But brother was a good dude on the one. And you know, brother, I apologize to you. Rest in peace, my brother. Rest in peace, bro. Rest in peace. You know that?
So how did you meet Marcell, man?
Man, you know, I met Marcell at a comedy show. He came to one of my comedy shows, said, I'm a comedian, can I get on? And yo, let me get on, brother. So from there, we had our kinship. Marcell got on. We've been rocking and rolling ever since. I think I took him on his first road trip out of town. He opened up for me in Richmond. Phenomenal job, man. We had a blast, and that's when we really got our kinship going, man. Being on the road, talking with brothers, man. Love Marcell, good dude, man, full of love, man. I don't know who smoked more, Marcell or Snoop. I don't know. I don't know. I know every time I'm around him, man, I got a contact, a buzz, and love. So that was Marcell, man. Love, just full of love, man. All the time. Yo, out the blue calls. That's Marcell. Just to say, y'all, thinking about you, bruh. I love you. I love you for that, Marcell. I'll be praying to you, praying for you. Rest in heaven. I know you're going to hit every stage in heaven. I know you're going to be telling Jesus jokes. Leave Jesus alone, Marcell. All right? And I hope they put the burning bush out, because Jesus, you don't know. Marcell going to smoke that bush. Love you, man. Love you. Rest in peace, Marcell.
So how did you meet Marcell, man?
I met Marcell on a parking lot, getting ready to go in a restaurant to have lunch. He came to me and said, I am Keith Irving. I love your daughter. We've been friends for a good while. It's glad to meet you. After that, he said, I got just one thing to tell you. I got one vice that you may not like. I said, what was that? I thought he was going to come off with something big. He said, I like to smoke weed. I said, guess what? So do I. I said, that's all? So from there, he became more than just a casual visitor. He became my son-in-law. And from there, we just bond a friendship that just wasn't unbreakable. It just was not unbreakable. We had good times, we were there, bad times. That man pumped out 6 feet of water out of my basement. And I didn't have to do nothing. He told me, get out of here. I loved that guy. I loved him. A part of me went with him. We used to talk about dying. He was the kind of guy like, hey, I'm not scared of death. Shoot. I'm a daredevil, but I still love the Lord. But God sent me here to put people together. And that's what I see right now. People being together. And that's what this whole city needs. People being together. Stop the violence. Stop the shooting. Stop the craziness. It's not worth it.
Anything you want to say to the family? Anything else you want to say to anybody?
Yes, I tell you, I want to thank everybody who has sent their condolences to the family. It's been overwhelming. I love each and every one of you, and y'all always will be in my heart. So when I look into your face, I see Keith. That's it. I see it. I see him. So his spirit is right here. It's right here. And he's in a better place. I'm out.
I actually met Marcell through you, Alabama. You brought him in like the mafia. So you was responsible for him, man. So he was always a good dude, man. Real funny guy, always had a story for you. I found out late in life when I heard his story, man, I was really surprised that he was able to function as well as he did, man. And we kind of had similar backgrounds, similar stories, but he was a real strong dude, man. He was real independent from a young age. And it just made me respect him even more, man. Just a real hard-working guy. Like, we could go anywhere and Marcell would be like, man, I could do that. I could build that right there. You know, we go down to Harvard, he built, had the gallery mall, you know, had a story, man. I put that together back in '87. But come to find out, he really was a craftsman, man. The brother was real talented with his hands. He did a lot of stuff, man. So just a good dude. Every time he came around, first thing he say, "What's up, superstar?" And he give me a hug and a smile, man. We gonna miss you, brother. Love you, man. And you know, to anybody listening to this, if you know somebody, you got friends, y'all beefing, y'all got little bad squabbles, in the grand scheme of things, man, that stuff is petty, man. Make sure you tell somebody you love them and don't hold on to things because nobody know when the day or the hour is gonna come. And you definitely don't want to be that person saying, I shoulda, woulda, coulda. Do it now while you had the opportunity, man. Don't take life for granted.
So I guess the question is when I met him. 2nd grade, Callaway Elementary. Both our fathers passed away within about the same amount of time. So they figured that we should be able to talk to each other. Come to find out, we end up being the Boy Scouts together. Guaranteed, he can recite the Boy Scout pledge anytime you ask him. The one thing he always stood by was, always do your best to do your honor. And he was an honorable person. When I found out he passed away, I had a lot of people call me. People that I didn't know that knew him, people that he didn't know that knew me. That dude knew everybody around us.
Oh, y'all be here, right?
The fact that we know each other is how Celly works. I don't call him Celly. I don't call him Marcell. I don't call him Keith. I call him Kiefer. Because he was an actor. He always gave you what you needed when you needed it. Nobody should be worried or upset that he's gone. Because he knew he was going to be gone, and he accepted it. There's 2 things I think he wants y'all to know that he's gone is, number 1, do the best in your life. Number 2, tell everybody you know that. He loved everybody. And we all know he was an asshole. But he was the best asshole. Because he showed us all how to be assholes to make sure that you did what you were supposed to do. You can't tell everybody yes. Sometimes you got to say no. Sometimes you have to say no. But even when you say no, you lend that person a hand. I got comedians, bikers, family, high school people, and I guarantee each and every one of them, matter of fact, you can go back. I ain't the last video, I ain't the first video, but I'm pretty sure everybody will tell you something that he taught them. He loved life because he knew life was precious. And so was he. And I'm done.
How you doing? My name is Rob. My brother Keith, my real brother. I've known him since he was born. I love him to death. I'm gonna miss him with all my heart. And he was a special brother. And I would do anything for him. He was my heart and my soul.
Can you give us a story?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of stories I got.
Give us one.
I'm not big with in front of the camera and all that kind. I just wanted to say something in his name. I love you, Keith, and you rest in peace, brother. I love you and I'm gonna miss you.
Hello, everybody. Big homie, everybody know you as what they know you, Marcell, Keith, Celly. You Keith to me, you little brother. I met you through your big brother and my best friend, Rob. And once I met you, you became my little brother. Your family was my family was your family. I'm not going to take up a lot of time because you already know how I feel, how we all feel about you. We all men. That's one thing we always said. So if I shed a tear, I'm going to shed a tear as a man, just like everybody else up here. Just understand and know we loved you when you was here. We know you looking down and protecting us now. We love you now, forever, always. Hold it down, brother, until we see each other again. But I gotta say, big homie, I never knew, nor have I ever met anybody in my life, and I've done a lot, that carried so many things in their boot. If it wasn't a knife, it was a frying pan. You claimed you had a gun. Somebody said you had a cheesesteak sub in your boot. And I believe it. But what I know you had in that boot and everything about you from head to toe was that humongous heart. There's nothing you wouldn't do for any of us. But you know what? It's nothing we wouldn't do for you either. I love you. I'm gonna miss you. Rest in paradise, rest easy, and understand and know we got it from here, brother, till we see you again, till we meet again. I love you.
Yeah, you know, my man Marcell, you know, when I first met Marcell, it was playing kickball. You know, we had a lot of fun playing kickball. We would go out every Sunday at Lake Clifton and get in shape, you know, do the physical fitness thing. And when I met him, I instantly, you know, fell in love with him because I liked his energy. You know, he was always a barrel of laughs, and the people around him, you know, always gravitated towards him. You know, my man Big Shorty, my man VIP, and we just had a lot of fun. And one of the things that I liked about him, that he was an open person. You know, he didn't keep himself. He made himself available to people. You know, like when he expressed himself, it was a genuine expression, as he know it, and it always resonated with other people. So it's just a sad loss in the comedy world. He was a funny guy. You know, a lot of comedians respect him. I respect him as a father. I respect him as a husband, and also I respect him as a man.
Anything to his family?
Yeah, my condolences go out to his family, because I know that you know, they're having a hard time dealing with you know, this untimely death, and death is always an issue with family, and just an issue in general, because you don't really know when it's going to come. Sometimes people can predict things to come, but in his particular case, you know, when it's unexpected, when people love you and they cherish you and value you as a person, you know, it's always a surprise. And my condolences go out to the family.
Celly, my love, I loved you with all my heart. I remember the day we met. It was the best day. All the good times we shared, I'm going to carry them in my heart forever. Nobody can ever take you away from me, my love. Rest in paradise. I love you.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. So,
Tell us how you met Marcell. Tell us how you met Celly. Tell us about Celly.
okay, first of all, Twisters. Twisters.
One more time. One more time.
Twisters.
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 Twisters. Everybody gets some. Everybody.
Like a motherfucker.
There they go.
Okay.
Wondering where they were.
Anybody else in the room? Twisters! Like a mother.
Like a motherfucker.
Good evening. I just want to start off this evening by saying I'm happy to be here in remembrance of Celly. And we're going to keep it with a smile. This evening is all about a smile and friendship. Brotherhood, kinship, and family are some of the key things that we worry about the most as Twisters, as bikers, as brothers, as united ones. In this building this evening, you have a young man that Celly brought together all of us. We have presidents, vice presidents from Mother Chapter, from Dale City, VA, and from Maryland here this evening. Reiterating what we were just speaking on, to pick up on. Brother, you're in the back, you're not being able to see. Joker, move up a little bit or press over just a drop. There you go. We got him? There we go. I'm stuck for words, but I'm blessed to know that we're here together. We're all here celebrating the life and legacy and to pass it on, push on, keep these brothers together. Once again, we had the presidents, vice presidents, Mother Chapter, and nationals here. Right now this evening, this one building, commemorating the life, legacy, the love of good brother Celly. Keith, I'm not much for words, but I know he was a good brother. I appreciated everything that he said. I appreciate everything that he spoke on. It scared me at times, but that's what love is all about, and understanding. He had a foresight way beyond us. And the only one thing that I can say, Celly, you did get your patch.
Celly!
Celly asked for a patch. He said, see them and get my patch. So I truly believe he understood this before me. I just want to respect and say thank you. Thank you for this evening. I will leave it to the President Ops.
All I gotta say is twisters!
Twisters!
We twisted!
We twisted!
Like a motherfucker!
Like a motherfucker. We all we got, good brothers.
We all we need.
The most positive thing I can say about my brother Celly is that he was loved by many. Regardless of his darkest days and his lightest days, we always seen the brightest of him. He was the brother that you would call at any dull moment. He was the brother that you would call in any trouble moment. And he was the brother that you would share your best moments with. He was loved not only from his Baltimore sisters, but his VA sisters, his Philly sisters, and all the chapters from Twisters. He will always be remembered as not only the smartest dummy that we know, but the most charismatic. He can bring a smile to anyone. His heart was open, it was pure, and it was genuine at all times. He will always be remembered in those shades, and that hat, go fuck yourself, and that bike. Being a Twister is the best thing to his life. We gave him that light, but he gave us light. He gave us life in our darkest days. He brought us all together. He wasn't a member as long as most of us, but he made his mark. He foreseen the future, and he loved his sisters with a passion. He will forever be in our hearts, in our memories, and in a special moment. Celly, we love you for life. You are our brother. Twisters! Twisters! Love you.
From First Sergeant Nam.
From First Sergeant Nam.
What can I say? We did everything together. That was my right hand. The first time we rode, when we go down the Beltway, I cruise at 100 miles an hour. And he stopped and tell me that his speedometer don't work no more. And I pull off away from him at another 100 miles an hour, and we going on down the road. That's how we was. We were that close, and then we got two American Bulldogs, and we co-parent. From there, we were attached from the hip, and I am lost right now for words. But I love him to death. I love him for life, not to death.
by. I just want to wish my condolences to the family and say how funny this guy was. Like every time I saw him, it was always a good time. Hadn't seen Mr. Marcell in a year, and I saw him about 2 weeks ago on a Wednesday, and he came and sat with me and hugged me up and told me how good he was doing now. So I just want to say I want to miss you and rest in paradise. Peace.
Hey Keith, I just want you to know that I'm going to miss you so much. I'm going to miss our dance battles, because I always had you. I know you thought you did, but I always did better. But I just want you to know that I love you. You were always that little brother, and I know that you always had a little crush on me. And I loved you right back. I'm not going to be able to do this long, so I'm about to finish now because I'm about to cry. But just know that I know you are closer to me now, where you are, than you were before, where you were. And I love you no matter what. I love you always.
Take one. What up, boy?
Tell about how you met Keith, man.
I met him at Coppin at the pool hall. And he was air hustling. You know how he air hustles, you know what I mean? He's air hustling. It had to be about weed. You know what I'm saying? It had to be about weed, you know what I'm saying? And I had just finished up playing a pool game. It's like 10 o'clock in the morning and shit. And after I finished playing pool, he walked over to me. He was like, yo, you drive? I said, yeah. He said, well, I got the money. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? I don't know this bruh from nothing. I seen him before, but I ain't, we walked like a half a mile before we introduced ourselves. From that point on, we've been like this. From that point on. We always tell this story that it's 365 days in a year. We seen each other probably like 340 days in that first year of meeting, where we established a bond like no other, for real. His grandmother, when he lived on Park Heights in Menlo, his grandmother used to open the door for me and let me in when he wasn't in the house. And this is before Marcell was conceived. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I met his future wife like a week later, because me and Lucky met him a week apart in that same year. And we have a bond ever since. I swear that I probably was Keith's best friend for like 10 years in that first 10 years of meeting him, because we always hung out together, always. Hanging out with his family, with Mark, Phil, Brian, hung out everywhere, man. Matter of fact, we used to party at Melba's when they was down on Monroe Street before they moved to, what's that street that they moved to? Greenmount. Yeah. And I had a red jacket and shit, you know what I'm saying? Nice little suit jacket. And they used to tease me about it all the time, boy. But we ran a lot, man. We ran from the Red Door, Melba's, all over the city, Ricestown, Cooks Lane. I met a lot of his family members, met a lot of his friends. I was there when his grandmother was alive. I remember when his aunt was alive. So Keith, it was an honor. It was an honor to meet you. We have a lot of memories, man. From Drill Hill Park.
Give us that memory.
Well, that memory was, we was bored. And not too many people know about a Caribbean round. A Caribbean round is probably one of the longest blunts you will ever smoke out of. And we stuffed it with a 20, a 25 or something. So we went over to Drill Hill Park because it's going to take us a while to smoke it. It'll take about an hour just for two people to smoke it. So we found a softball game. So we sitting up against the gate, talking to the people, move up, move back, you know what I'm saying? Move over here, talking shit, you know what I'm saying? And then it was like a quarter left of the blunt left. We went behind the backstop. And we was talking shit some more, and then we got that eagle eye now, you know what I'm saying? So we started paying attention to the game itself. So people was crossing the plate and they had these t-shirts on. And Keith was like, "You see that t-shirt?" I was like, "Nah, what's on it?" He was like, "Take a look." To make a long story short, we was watching state police play against the paramedics in Drill Hill Park. Smoking weed. Right in front of them. They never said shit to us. They never said anything to us. We smoked on McDonald's roof out Ricestown, way out Liberty Road, Ricestown, where Marysville Boulevard at, on the roof. We would smoke weed on McDonald's roof. You know what I'm saying? Muddy Waters, the woods, Muddy Waters. We would smoke CD, Chamber Dwellers for life. Chamber Dwellers for life. That's where it all started at. That's where it was born. But it was so many memories, man. So many memories, man. So many. So many. I can't come up with all of them, man, because there's just so many. But it's been a pleasure, an honor, and I love you from head to toe, from day one, from the first day I met you, man. And that was in 1994 at Coppin State College. Then we found out that we had mutual friends that know each other. And I love you very much, man. I miss you already. I wish you were still here. Matter of fact, I'm probably one of the fewest people that got Keith's locks when he cut his hair. It's sitting on my table right now because I had to touch it. That's his DNA. And it will always and forever stay with me. Love you, Keith. Peace.
I just first want to say thank you to everybody for your prayers, your wishes, your donations. Everything's really appreciated. Anybody that knew my dad, he had a tremendous impact on everybody that he reached out to, anybody that he touched. I never thought I would do one of these, especially for him, because I always thought he would outlive me for some reason. But I really do wish. I want to thank everybody for everything. I ask that you keep my family in your prayers. I ask that you just keep praying for him. Know that he's happy. Don't cry for him. He would not want you to cry for him. Have a shot of Hennessy. Keep drinking. Keep living your life, and do well.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through, that I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
out your way, and the vibe is feeling strong. And what's small turn to a friendship turn to a bond, and that bond will never be broken. The love will never get lost. And when brotherhood come first, then the line will never be crossed. Established it on our own when that line had to be drawn, and that line is what we reach. So remember me when I'm gone. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
Let the light guide your way. Yeah. Hold every memory as you go, and every road you take will always lead you home. Oh, it's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you